Welcome to the Jetpack Joust Gamescast podcast, episode 1, where we talk about video games, news, culture, industry, all that good stuff. I'm your host, Bear. I'm joined today by three lovely ladies, Rachel,
Hi.
Pat,
Hi.
and Nick.
Hey.
All right. So basically, what this podcast is we just kind of play a video game, talk about video games, and have fun. So we can do whatever we want now. I know that we're going to start off with our first topic here. You guys can do whatever the hell you want now. We're going to start off with our first topic now. So I don't know if you guys heard this, but League of Legends is shutting down Dominion mode in about 2 weeks for good, permanently. And they said they're not going to be supporting any secondary game types except in special circumstances and for a limited time. What do you guys think about that? I know you guys were pretty big into the LoL for a while there.
Yeah, I actually went on the site today and I was reading Riot's post about it and the comments, and people are not happy about it at all. They're pretty upset.
Yeah, I figured, but according to Riot's data, it doesn't say less than 0.5% of the user base actually is actively playing that game type?
Yeah, and like part of that is bots even. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
I mean, did you guys like that game type when you played?
Yeah, I played Dominion pretty often. It was never really balanced, but I had fun playing like certain characters on it.
Yeah, one of the things that I was looking up is that it's just become even less balanced as the power creep with all the new characters and new abilities for old characters come into play. It's just impossible to keep both game modes balanced at the same time, or just improbable for them to be able to do it.
Yeah,
it's
the post's
been
pretty...
about a year since I've really played League of Legends at all, and I still see the champion spotlights come up pretty high on Reddit, and they just look like so crazy powerful.
Yeah, it's the power creep's definitely a real thing. The only real like MOBA-esque game that I guess that I really played was for any kind of congratulations, Pat. Time to strike.
Thanks.
The only real cow tipper, and you're getting wood, Nick. Congratulations for getting wood.
I don't like what I'm seeing here.
You don't need to know.
I don't want to.
The only MOBA-esque game that I've really played regularly was Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I dipped my toes into the League of Legends and Dota, but it was never really, my cup of tea. It always seemed like it was too much of a time sink for me, and there was too many other things that I wanted to play. But I played Heroes of the Storm pretty regularly, even somewhat competitively, and even that I stopped playing that a while ago, and even that, going back to that, the power creep in Heroes of the Storm is definitely real. It's even in that game that they said one of their things was to make sure all the the power creep wasn't so to where you couldn't play any of the old characters at some point, like it is with Dota and League. So.
Yeah, it's I think probably less of abilities being like a lot stronger, but like different kinds of abilities, whereas the older characters had a lot of like more traditional simple mechanics, and the new ones are like really crazy, long range and just different ways that they're effective, make them a lot more powerful instead of just raw numbers.
I mean, it's obviously not hurting League of Legends popularity. It's still definitely the number one esport out there by far. Riot's really done a lot to get that audience. picking flowers. So
Yeah,
this is what I'm
when
doing today.
I see how many people are coming out to those big championships. It's definitely a cool thing for esports.
Yeah, esports is it's neat. I mean, did you guys see that that ESPN has an esports sticker now?
No.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
cool.
on ESPN's website, there's an esports section. So
That's
crazy.
pretty cool.
yeah, it's legit. FC Wolfsburg is the I think the name of the German soccer team that one of the bigger ones in their league actually just hired a professional FIFA player from the UK. So he's actually on their payroll, on a professional soccer team's payroll for football for those of us that aren't from the US of A.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so he's on their payroll to represent them at esports events playing FIFA. He's been apparently one of the best FIFA players in the world for a while, but I don't really follow that esports, that specific realm of esports, virtual sports, esports, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I tried to play FIFA, and I don't know. I just I got as far as like making a career, and I played like a few games trying to learn how it actually works, and I just couldn't figure it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big fan.
I've never played one.
I played a lot. I'm a big soccer fan though. So it's more, and I played soccer for like 12 years, from like age like 4 to 16.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played soccer for a long time before I got fat.
Oh, stop.
I played
alright.
soccer like when I was really young, but it was back when like it really didn't matter
Oh, yeah.
what I did.
Yeah, I mean,
Back when soccer didn't matter.
No.
Yeah, when you're that young, it's basically just a bunch of kids chasing a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's basically all it was for me. I know my dad played in high school and stuff, but
That's
just
cool.
never.
My dad didn't think soccer was a real sport. So
My dad loves soccer.
he was disappointed in me. I just want your approval, Dad.
This is getting really dark.
Just give me your approval. Alright, so you guys speaking of esports, though, I'll go ahead and get back to the podcast, the topic at hand. Speaking of esports, have you guys read anything or heard anything or played any of Overwatch? Blizzard's new shooter?
I have not.
I've been trying to get into the beta, but no luck.
Same here.
Always played some.
I saw a trailer, and that's about as far as I got.
I've watched a bunch of gameplay personally. I've been trying to get in the beta too. It's not happening. I think I might
Really?
just pre-order because everybody's saying it's the best thing that's ever happened. Ever.
Oh yeah, Billy liked it a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people really like it. They say it's like an improved version of TF2, and TF2's been the only first-person shooter that's really been able to, whose multiplayer has really been able to hold my attention. Everything else, I just kind of get bored with pretty quickly. So
Yeah, I played a whole lot of Team Fortress, but it was definitely like in 2008.
yeah, it's still good. I've played it pretty recently, and it's still pretty good.
I don't know what the whole hootenanny about all the hats is, but I've seen just so many different crazy things, and people are like crazy about these hats.
Hat
It
basically.
was fun about when I was playing.
That's what I was laughing.
Nanny though?
I was trying to hold it in, and
No, it's fine. You can laugh at hootenanny. I thought it was just a normal thing. That people say.
You don't just get to use that word all the time. You gotta go for it.
Yeah. Just gotta dive right in if you're gonna use a word like that.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Just gotta own it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hat-based economy, that's for sure over there at TF2.
It looks like the main focus of the game now.
I mean, it's collectibles, I guess, man. That's
Yeah.
people are into that kind of stuff.
I
Oh yeah, it's cool, definitely.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just glad that it's still like pretty much free to play.
Yeah.
The zombie's gonna stomp all over the crops.
kill it.
I am. So with Overwatch and esports, how that ties in is Blizzard was stated saying they're going to be basically Overwatch's main focus is going to be the esports arena, because it's so team based. There's so much cooperation is needed for you to be actually an effective team in that game. It's apparently gonna. I mean, I think it's gonna make searching pretty cool. Even if I'm not good at the game, because I'm not generally really good at first-person shooters. I think everybody can have like their own like niche.
Right.
Somebody shot
Yeah,
me. Oh no! Oh no!
I really think we should sleep now.
I don't have a bed.
Fucking sorry,
Everybody
you do
has
have
a bed. I made a bed for everybody, Rachel.
Well, not over here.
You
Well, then
literally-
come
where-
back
where
over
the hell
here.
are you?
I'm on a hill building my house.
Rachel, you're the worst.
Am I?
Yeah,
Can be.
Specifically right now, yes.
Oh, you guys.
different things I've heard about Overwatch. Though it sounds like the characters are like really powerful. They all have just characters that can just like turn invisible and shoot stuff for a couple seconds, and other characters that can become invulnerable.
Yeah, they've all got like their own special powers. A lot of them have like you have like tanks that have like shields and stuff like that. But I mean, it all
No,
seems really
you
cool
beat me out of my bed.
to me, so
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I think I'm probably gonna get it on PC personally, just because mouse and keyboard for first-person shooters. Oh, spider, Spidro.
I just spilled tea all over myself.
Oh, well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely be getting it on PC.
Speaking of consoles, you want to?
Consoles. Literally the opposite of what we were saying. But go ahead.
That was a good segue.
I just really wanted to talk about the Red Dead thing.
Oh yeah. The Red Dead thing. It was funny because I saw. You guys know what happened with that, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so the Xbox
I
One,
do.
Microsoft announced backwards compatibility a while ago for a bunch of different titles, and one of them, obviously one of the biggest titles that people want is Red Dead Redemption because it's freaking great.
It's an amazing game.
So good. But it showed up on the Xbox One for like a day or two or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they took it down. And Major Nelson, who is like the community guy for Xbox or for Microsoft and Xbox now, he used to be just a podcast guy, but Microsoft hired him as an evangelist, which I guess is cool. It's because the teamwork makes the dream work for him. But he tweeted out, he's like basically an apology saying, "Oh, sorry, they were still testing things to make sure they work on an emulator, but they're gonna be now taken down." And basically, I saw that immediately because he tweeted it out during the Super Bowl, which kind of makes me think that the reason they wanted to tweet it out during the Super Bowl is or announce that during the Super Bowl at least initially to kind of overshadow the fact that they're taking away games from people.
Yeah.
But he ended up posting on Reddit about it and apologizing and stuff. But hopefully that means Red Dead's coming soon. But there's a bunch of people that were pretty upset about it. Understandably.
They also made an announcement that when games come out, they're not gonna like tell anyone anymore when games are made backwards compatible.
Yeah, they're just gonna show
It's just gonna show up in your queue.
Yeah.
That
If you
doesn't
already own it,
yeah.
they're just gonna show up.
that
No.
doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a very good idea.
Well, I think the whole point.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I think the whole point of that for them is that they don't have to worry about. They can just release stuff. They don't have to worry about like any kind of like hype train or anything like that for things like Red Dead. But honestly, like that's gonna be one of the biggest ones is Red Dead Redemption that people are looking for
Yeah.
backwards compatibility for.
There's no reason they can't just tweet it out.
Right?
Yeah.
Takes 2 seconds. Not even.
Yeah.
Not even 200 characters, Microsoft.
Right. That's a minimum wage employee.
And making a Twitter account is free.
Right? There we go. Microsoft, you can afford it. Just hire somebody to tweet out when your backwards compatible games come out.
We think you can handle it.
So moving from I guess Xbox to PlayStation, did you guys all of us have PS4s? So we're normally Sony fanboys, girls.
Well, actually, I had never mind. Sorry, continue.
You had an Xbox One before you had a PS4?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't have an Xbox One.
Okay, well, there you go. So, okay.
This is
Anyway,
my first PlayStation console, though.
That's your first?
Yeah, I grew up with Nintendo stuff all throughout. And
I
then
had a PS2.
I had a
360.
PS2 also.
Yeah, you didn't have.
Yeah, I had several PS2s.
Me too.
I only played PlayStation stuff over friends' houses. I never owned one.
Oh wow, that's surprising. Especially considering the PS2 is still the highest selling console of all time.
I remember
Like
the
150 million units, something like that.
That's crazy.
I remember the first game I got for PS2 was the second Destroy All Humans, and I only
The
wanted
second
it.
one, they made 2?
They made 3, I'm pretty sure.
They made
Yeah.
a bunch, didn't they?
Oh, I played 1 and I was like, this isn't very good.
But I remember when I was younger, Nick used to convince me that it was a movie, and so I couldn't play. So when I found out it was a game, that's all I wanted.
Were you really upset?
Wait,
You were so little.
Because you had been had?
you convinced him that it wasn't a game?
No.
Like that he had?
This movie's so different every time.
Yeah.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah, I can't imagine I tried very hard, but I guess it worked.
Yeah. Well, I completely believed you. I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
hilarious.
Well, then I guess I can't play it since you can't play movies.
That's hilarious. I really like that. I like that story.
You destroyed his trust.
I feel like you still probably trust him.
I
shouldn't.
had
I
that.
agree.
I had that and
Even Nick
like
agrees. Still trust me.
and like NBA something. It was the one that came out on the PlayStation 2. I don't remember.
There are so many flowers around this house.
Well,
I'm picking them all.
well, it is a flower biome.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's called a flower
I didn't even know
forest.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, then they added all these different flowers. It's the only place they could really put it and have it make sense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm into it. I've picked so many flowers.
I've eaten all my apples. I need to return.
Can you eat apples? Eat flowers, I mean?
No,
No,
no.
you can't eat flowers. That's upsetting.
No.
Is it?
I'll have your dyes for days, though. So, speaking of consoles and PlayStation and things like that, as we continue to get off topic, Sony recently, I think like last week, announced a vote for what's it called? vote to play on the PS Plus, where you guys, where you know you can vote to whatever the free game is for whatever the free game is on PS Plus.
Yeah.
They did that for a while, and then they just stopped and started giving out indie titles, and people were pretty upset about it. And now they're going back to the vote to play, which I think is cool. And I think one of the first games is Broforce. One of the first games up is Broforce, I think, which I would freaking love to see as a free title. A lot of people were mad when Meat Boy was up, and was it Meat Boy and that Double Fine game? I can't remember the name of it now. But I wasn't mad. I haven't actually been mad at that. I kind of enjoy indie games. I mean, we're technically playing an indie game right now, or at least it started as an indie game, and then became a massive property that it is, and purchased by Minecraft or Microsoft, and now the
Nick, where are the
game's
diamonds?
creator is just living in LA, something like that.
He actually bought a mansion out from under Beyonce and Jay-Z.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is great.
It's like,
Not
I think
just
it's
my
like
hero.
$80 million.
Oh yeah.
Well, not just my hero. Well, he had a couple billion from the sale, I know.
Hey Nick,
Yeah.
where are the diamonds?
I got him.
Oh.
Did you find that chest down there?
Oh, did you guys find diamonds together, and then did you guys?
And then Pat died, and I saved all his stuff in a box and guarded
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah, I got the diamonds and then like immediately got shot in the head and blown up, like at the same time.
Oh, nice. It's good times.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty intense.
So I know
Actually, wasn't a
I'm a
good time
PS
at
Plus
all.
member. Nick, I think you're PS Plus too, right?
Me too.
Yes.
And Pat.
Me 3, I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. Have you guys played any of the PS Plus games?
Gauntlet.
Yeah, we both got Gauntlet. We played
That was a
bit.
that was a plus game. That was good. I really like Gauntlet. It's hard.
You guys have at least been like claiming them, right? Even if you're not installing them or downloading them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't installed all of them now.
Yeah, at least claim them. That way, if you do decide you want to play them at some point, you still have them in your library. Have them for as long as you have your PS Plus subscription, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I played that. I played Meat Boy, even though I beat Meat Boy on PC pretty close to when it came out. And yeah, I mean it's.
I'm gonna sound really dumb right now, but
Yeah.
but I've been seeing this game about this like red yarn cat thing. What is that?
Yarny?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, oh, because I've been seeing it all over the place. I'm pretty sure it's for the Xbox One, but I've seen like screenshots of it, and it looks like really nice. But I know nothing about it.
Crap.
Do you guys know anything about that?
No, I've never heard about it.
I've seen a couple of some gameplay. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Hold on a second. I'm gonna find out. But it looks pretty cool. Apparently, it's super emotional.
Yeah.
I know Ray Narvaez streamed the entire game on his stream.
I watched like 13 minutes of his stream, and then I had to go to school or something.
Oh, okay.
But
Something good.
Actually, I think it might be.
it was something dumb, man.
It's called Unravel.
Oh yeah.
Yarny is the name of the character. That's what it is. I can't believe I didn't
Yeah, like
remember that.
in the first few seconds of the stream, he said that like it's probably gonna make him cry or something.
He apparently did like a major like life affirming speech at the end, and then he ended his stream after he beat the game.
Oh wow.
But apparently it's super
That's
emotional.
intense.
So yeah, like go do what you want to do. Don't do something if you're unhappy. Work towards it. You might not be happy at first, or might not be able to do it first, but keep doing it, and eventually, blah blah blah. I mean, it's pretty much just like the same kind of like.
That's pretty off. Character, because
Yeah, he's normally a goofy.
Yeah.
Dude, so.
Yeah. So.
But I
for
mean,
a game to.
it's kind of what he did though, if you think about it. Like when he left Achievement Hunter. So.
Oh well, yeah.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy there, and he's just like, I want to be stream full time, and there you go.
Shit. I can't open the door.
That's fine.
Why?
Can't open the door because there was a zombie, a pygmy zombie, right outside.
It's a bit bumpy.
Yeah, I don't speak so good.
Can't do the words.
I don't speak no good, right?
Rachel, I'm gonna run you to your bed.
You're gonna do
run
what?
to you with your bed, and then I'm gonna give it back.
Oh, thank you.
Or I'm gonna give it to you.
Are we gonna sleep?
I mean, it's pretty dark out in there, mobs, because you know that the night is dark and full of terrors. And what?
Yes.
What an original quote.
No. Rachel, I'm bringing you your bed. Shut up.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Alright, so speaking of all those different things, indie games, vote to play. Apple recently rejected a version of the Binding of Isaac on their App Store. They said that there was too much violence to kids. Have you guys ever played that game?
I haven't played it, but I've heard of it. I don't know much about it.
I've seen like Let's Plays.
It's pretty heavily stylized, so I'm not sure why they would consider that like too violent to kids or anything like that. Whoa, what's going on here?
Well, what specifically are they referring to?
There's like Isaac as a child, and he gets mangled, basically.
Mangled?
Well, I mean, like if he dies.
He gets manhandled.
But he's a
That's a whole different game.
Yeah, he's a kid though. It's like he cries when things to hurt them. I don't know.
Oh, I'm
a
sure.
little ridiculous. I think, especially since the game's been out since like 2011.
I feel like they have worse apps on the App Store already, so that wouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah, they probably do.
I mean, like, they said it was too violent, or they said that it was inappropriate for like children.
Violence for children.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if they said it was inappropriate, that
Enderman.
There was just recently an app for taking a dump on Donald Trump's head. Like, that was the entire point of the app. So.
I mean, that really just highlights the hypocrisy, honestly.
Yeah.
Like.
It does.
Shit on Donald Trump is better apparently than. I mean, not that I, like I don't want to talk about my political affiliations or anything like that, but like, not that. Like, I support Donald Trump, but you're pooping on a guy's head, and that's cool, but a cartoon video game isn't?
Right.
Alright.
Seems a little silly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which part of that sentence
goofy.
seems a little silly?
Pooping.
All of it?
Part with butts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, I totally had that app, just because I wanted to see what it was about.
I got this ham horn app that's pretty cool. That's one of those rap song air horns, and then some lady says ham.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, it's time for slaughtering.
I did want to talk about this a little bit, because it kind of like affects like the industry that Jetpack Joust is in. Have you guys ever seen or watched any game trailers videos?
Probably.
Game trail?
You guys ever see the Angry Video Game Nerd or anything from anything from Screw Attack?
No.
No.
Well, Screw Attack had the Angry Video Game Nerd at first, and they were on Game Trailers at the time. Game Trailers was owned by Viacom, and they sold them to Defy Media in 2014. Defy Media immediately laid off a bunch of people, and the other day, Game Trailers was unfortunately shut down by Defy Media. Game Trailers had been around for 13 years. Oh.
I watched the whole thing happen. It's not your fault.
Oh.
I was reading about that, how they
God damn it.
predated YouTube and Twitch.
They just blew up the front of the house. Pat saw me do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally not your fault. It's completely not your fault. I watched that creeper like stand out there for a while, and I was like, I should probably go kill that, and then
I walked out.
Yeah.
Great. Here's flowers for your troubles.
Thanks, man. I'll put them to good use. You just took all of them. Oh no, I got them. I need to go get a lot of clay.
But yeah, because YouTube came out in 2004, and Game Trailers has been around since 2001, I think. No, 2003.
I thought it was 2002.
2002 or 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for a little over 13 years, and I mean they predated YouTube. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Not to move away from the topic, but also to move completely away from the topic. How do you guys feel about YouTube Red? Because
I'm not familiar
because
with it.
I have it.
Because it just launched. Oh, well, never mind. I totally see your views. YouTube Red is like it's a paid service for YouTube channels to do. It's usually like better content than what you would see on regular YouTube. Like I'm sure you're familiar with PewDiePie? PewDiePie?
No.
You don't know who PewDiePie is?
No.
PewDiePie.
What about
He's literally the most famous YouTuber
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's got more subscribers than anybody else.
he currently has like
he's
30 million right now.
Yeah, he's targeted towards younger children now. So it doesn't necessarily make sense that they would know him. Other than the fact that because he's been on like the Late Show with Stephen Colbert and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like legitimizing YouTubers, which is neat. And YouTuber sounds like something really gross. Now that I said out loud. Tubers.
Tubers.
Tubers are like little like tubules, like tubes that are coming out of stuff, right? Tubers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly have no
Tubers,
idea.
it elicits like stomach churning imagery for me. Anyway, yeah, I mean, mostly it's a service that takes away commercials on YouTube, or takes away the ads on YouTube, and gives you Google Play Music and a bunch of other stuff. And they're releasing. There's like 4 things right now on YouTube Red, for like different content. Congratulations for the Monster Hunter achievement.
Thank you.
That should totally be like a thing. Done the entire podcast. You just congratulate people all the time.
That has been happening.
Yep, I've been doing that.
Rachel, you ruined everything.
I know. So the thing I saw about the site we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I read that like the last
Game
thing
trailers.
that they did was give Dark Souls 2 a 10 out of 10 review.
No. It was Bloodborne.
Well,
Bloodborne, yeah.
I guess that's your answer.
Same company, different game.
Nah.
Nah.
They never get
Yeah,
they
Bloodborne.
never get a 10 out of 10 for anything. They're actually like, if you go back and like watch their reviews, they're really good reviews. They're just not. It's they didn't evolve. Is the problem.
Yeah.
It was editorial style content, intelligent, like debate and stuff like that, but there was no like personality behind it. And that's really where things are going nowadays. You're looking at like groups of people, single people that really, drive, like with personalities that really drive content, and that can still be informative, but people like feeling more of a part of something and knowing people, and you don't really know the headless voice that doesn't make any jokes, or doesn't show any personality and just kind of spouts off like the pros and cons of something and the reason that they're giving it this grade.
Right.
There's definitely a place in the world for that kind of games journalism, or but it would have to be like directly supported through Patreon or something like that. It definitely couldn't be it definitely couldn't be like a large entity like Game Trailers was, through Defy Media. Like Defy was looking for so much more when they purchased them, so they shut it down. And I'm sure all those guys and girls that work there are gonna be fine, land on their feet somewhere. They're all very talented, so.
The last show like that I remember actually watching was probably X-Play, back when G4 was actually a thing.
Yeah, I mean that's a long time ago too.
Yeah, no, and that like I didn't know like that site existed before, and I never really spent a lot of time watching YouTubers or anything. But I think the last time I watched a show like that was out on actual TV.
Yeah, that's how crazy it is.
The only thing I watched on G4 was American Ninja Warrior.
Now, you're probably too young to remember when G4 was actually about video games.
No. I remember when I would get home from school, I would watch their like live streams of E3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, that's still like after they kind of, because they used to have shows like Arena, where it was like competitive video games and stuff like that before MLG was really a thing. There was a ton of really cool stuff that they had.
Yeah.
I remember watching it in middle school, and they had a show called Portal that was like a soap opera, but it was an MMORPG.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I love that show, and I watched like Filter, and they had the one cheater show.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally would watch G4, and Tech TV, and then G4 bought Tech TV, and then they merged, and they became like some weird amalgamation of what
some channel that plays cops all the time.
Yeah, well,
and Ninja Warrior.
I love cops.
I mean, not that I don't like Ninja Warrior. Ninja Warrior is fun.
Oh, I like cops too.
Everybody likes cops.
Bad boy,
They're under arrest.
What you go?
The Canadian version of Cops is on Netflix. It's called Under Arrest. It's pretty funny.
I remember you telling me about
That's
that.
on
Under
Netflix?
Arrest.
I will have to. I'll have to go check that out because that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, they're
pretty
so
amusing.
polite.
They're so polite. Goddamn polite Canadians. Flower cannot do.
All the flowers that were in this flower biome are gone.
They're all in my inventory. Told you I was picking flowers at the beginning.
You ruined it.
Or I've made it better.
No.
Or I've just made it better. Anyway. So I mean the newest, like the new hotness nowadays is VR. Where do you guys think that's gonna go? I mean, have you guys tried any of them, or?
No, I've seen a couple like demos, but it doesn't really work, because you're not in the goggles. Oh yeah, that's definitely tons of porn. Oh man, I bet the porn on those things it's gonna be so worth like $1,000.
Yeah, Pat, you can say porn out loud. It's
No.
okay. You don't have to type, you don't have to type it.
No, I can't.
Porn. Porn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the deciding factor is whether or not porn adopts it, and porn's going to adopt it. I mean, it's pretty obvious already that people are that porn companies are like VR, bang this lady.
Always Sunny is putting out a
Right.
VR episode.
That's awesome. That's awesome as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I could do VR stuff. But so. Actually, the other day, Oculus, or it might have been today, the Oculus announced PC bundles. I don't know if you guys saw that. They announced PC bundles with the Rift, to guarantee compatibility, and they all have like at least like the GTX 970.
Didn't
from Nvidia.
Didn't Oculus like
That's cool.
sell their souls to Facebook?
And they didn't sell their souls; they sold the company.
That's what I mean, basically. But Facebook is like a vampire.
Well, they gave them like billions of dollars and allowed them to work with resources. I mean, honestly, the Rift probably would not be out. Oh God, I don't know how that happened. The Rift probably would not be out, as soon as it is coming out without Facebook purchasing them.
Yeah.
And they haven't really done anything. It's basically just Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg taking like a long gamble, so they don't become irrelevant in the future. And they have their own VR platform, which I think is totally fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mark Zuckerberg totally sounded like he was like totally into the VR when the VR side of things, somebody might not ever be able to afford or go to an LA Lakers game, but now with VR, you can sit courtside whenever you want,
Right.
kind of thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true, honestly. I guess I'm the only one that's actually tried VR, any VR stuff here.
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
It's a lot of fun. I tried a really early Oculus build, and that kind of made me sick to my stomach. And then I actually recently down in DC, there's an Indiecade event that I went to, and there was a couple of different Oculus games there that I tried out, and it's leaps and bounds better than it was a couple of years ago.
That's good.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't.
I'm gonna have to buy a new computer. But
Same here.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, that's probably going to happen. I'm actually more excited for the Vive, though, personally. It's HTC and Valve's partnering together for that. And from everybody that's tried them both, and I haven't tried the Vive, I've only tried the Oculus. Apparently, the Vive is much better. And I'm going to go ahead and steal this experience that you've given. Thank you very much.
Doing some long-range fire in here.
And I see.
What's better about the Vive than the Oculus? Because I was reading, like, they have the same display and resolution and refresh rate and field of view.
Yeah, the Vive apparently has just the software that the Vive uses, or motion detection with their two like batons in your hands. Apparently is better than what Oculus has, and that's the one thing that Oculus is really lacking, because they're basically just using an Xbox One controller, and they have the wand things, like the Vive. It's just that it's been much later, and apparently the Vive's been been doing it a lot longer, and it's more responsive. So, which is cool. And head tracking apparently with the Vive is a little better, but obviously this is all off of preview builds. Like, nobody has most people, I should say, don't have a consumer version of the Rift, and I don't think anybody has a consumer version of the Vive yet, outside of HTC or maybe Valve.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited for there to be competition, really. And I know Sony's doing their thing for the PS4, but I don't know if I want to spend another. Rumor has it it's going to be like another like $400 on top of already purchasing a PS4, and I don't know if I want to do that, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
steep.
It's a lot
For
of
a
money.
console game, then I don't know how long that console is going to last. At least with the with the PC, like okay, my headset's gonna. Oh, I have to upgrade my PC. But my VR headset's gonna work with my new PC.
Man, come Christmas time, people are going to be getting.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's gonna be a new hotness. Like 3D TV is only better, I think, because 3D TVs are awful.
Or like those non-hoverboards.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone.
Okay. I've never been like really blown away.
I've never heard of anyone say that they were happy they bought one.
Well, I get sick when I watch stuff in 3D for too long, so it's like
I've only seen one 3D movie, and it was the first Despicable Me. That's the only thing I've seen in 3D in a household.
How was it?
It wasn't memorable.
oh, you saw it in a household, not like in a theater.
No. No, the first 3D movie I ever saw in the theater was probably the worst movie. It's Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
A lot of people like that movie. I think
they're not smart people.
Damn, Pat, partial on the Shark Boy and Lava Girl plans. The only movie I saw in 3D and was in the theater, and it was real creepy because so when I worked at AT&T still, and I was going to like movies alone because I just like the solitude that movies provide. When you go to them alone, I go to movies alone all the time. I went and saw Wreck-It Ralph.
Such a good
But
movie.
because I was working retail at the time, I saw it. My schedule was wonky, so I saw it in the middle of the day on the weekday with a bunch of children in there, like mostly moms, and then just one like adult male, like just chilling in the middle of the theater, just geeking out at Wreck-It Ralph. I love cartoons. I'm a giant kid. I don't care. But they probably thought I was like a diddler or something. I am not a diddler. That is a certifiable truth. I'm not a diddler. Hey.
Okay. Innocent until proven guilty.
I love Wreck-It Ralph. My username can attest to that.
What's your username?
On Mumble, I mean. It's Wreck-It Rage.
That makes sense.
It's because I'm a
Did you ever play the app that came out with it? They actually put out Fix It Felix.
Did they really? No, I didn't play the Fix It Felix app.
It was it was pretty fun. I saw somebody took an iPad and then put it into like an old arcade machine and made it like an old arcade game. It was actually really cool how they like rebuilt this arcade machine to be a Fix It Felix machine.
Yeah, that's actually
that's
actually pretty cool. I've seen people do that kind of stuff, and there's actually like joysticks and buttons that you could stick on your iPad screen to mimic that. For some reason, I thought the E button opened doors. It did not. Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. When we went to PAX 2012, PAX Prime, it was right after Wreck-It Ralph got released, or like right as it was getting released. And I remember that I went into a bar near PAX Prime. It's called, I think, Jillian's, and it did they had like a stand-up arcade game for Fix It Felix.
That's awesome.
And I played that. It was pretty neat. They were kind of promote the movie, I think. So,
where was I?
You were probably in the convention center. It's probably one of the times that I was like, "Peace out, Rach."
Oh yeah. and then went to the bathroom for a long
Oh,
time.
I don't want to know what that's
Well,
about.
that wasn't a long time. That was a very short time. You just happened to keep calling me. That was private time, Rachel.
That was so good.
Yeah, well,
I'm.
I was very frustrated. I just wanted to poop in peace.
I
I
know.
wanted to poop in peace. I'm like, I'll talk to you in a second. Chill out.
Oh, the memories.
Well, I guess that'll probably do it for this episode of the Jetpack Joust Gamescast. Oh, zombie! You're light out. You're not supposed to be here.
Such a good soundbite.
That's gonna do it for this episode of the Jetpack Joust Gamescast. I'd like to thank my guests, Rachel, Pat, and Nick, for their insights and their jokes and their gameplay. With me here today, and
Thanks for
Yeah, no
having us.
Were we supposed to record gameplay? Is that what you meant by that? Or okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry
I was
about
gonna say.
it. That's gonna do it. And Bill Murray.
I would have to agree.
Bill Murray was trash.